Hello everyone and welcome back to the Saints View, this channel for Southampton content, and this is our preferred 11 ahead of Southampton versus Manchester United down at St. Mary's for the late kickoff on Saturday. Now obviously I think Mark Hughes will have some selection headaches after a very solid performance from his side at Leicester in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday night. Obviously we didn't get through, we lost on penalties, but there's some standout performers that I think deserve a place in the starting 11 on Saturday. But there's no other way about it, let's just get into it. Starting in goal, I'm going to go back to Alex McCarthy. Vestergaard had a pretty decent game on Tuesday night, but I think we keep with the usual suspects. McCarthy is our first choice, so of course we're going to have him in goal for our league games. Now, a bit controversial at right back, I'm going to stick with Cedric. Now, it's not because Valerie isn't good enough, however, he only made his debut on Tuesday night. To throw him in a Premier League game against Manchester United where we need a result, really, I know it's Manchester United, but we could really do with a result. I don't think it's right. I think it'd be unfair for him, especially a big side like Manchester United. You know, they have so much quality that they could turn on at any moment. So I think for him, he's 19, I still believe, I don't think it's the right game for him. So I think Cedric comes in, he had a bad game at Fulham, but hopefully he can resurrect a little bit of form and have a better performance. And then Yannick Vestergaard for me should come in instead of Wes Hoyt. Hoyt has played every game in the Premier League so far. I think he's got a 100% record. I think he's had every minute. It's time for him to drop out. I think it's time. I tried to stick up for him. He was a scapegoat and I didn't agree with some of the criticism that he got. But I think it's now time for him to drop out. Yannick Vestergaard was pretty solid at the back on Tuesday night. No scary moments. He looked excellent and I think he needs to be coming back into the side in the Premier League. And pairing with him, I've gone with Jack Stephens. Now, I really like Stephens. I've always rated him. I think him being in and out of the side has been a little bit unfair, but the two games he played at Bournemouth and Newcastle, I thought he was excellent, and I think he deserves to start. I think actually he's better than Mario Yoshida, and if we're going to drop Hoyt, then I think Stephens should come in for him. Then at left back is a return to captain Ryan Bertrand. He's been suspended. He also missed the cup game at Leicester, so I think it's time for him to come back in. Matt Targett hasn't had a bad 2 games, but Bertrand's just better in my opinion, and there's no reason really for me why we would keep Targett. Okay, going into midfield, I think it's the usual suspects, Højbjerg and Lamina, that should be sticking together. Ora Romeu did play for the under-23s on Wednesday, but you know, Højbjerg and Lamina, they're our first choice pairing. And above them, just holding in the more attacking role, Stuart Armstrong, 2 goals at Fulham in the last league game. I think he definitely deserves a start against Manchester United on Saturday. Hopefully he can be our creative spark. And then forward 3, so the formation is a 4-3-3 that I've gone with. I've gone with Gabbiadini on the left, Redmond on the right, and then up front, hoping he's fit, Danny Ings, our top scorer, 5 goals in all competitions. But if he isn't fit, then I would go for Michael Obafemi. Personally, he's shown a lot more than Charlie Austin of late. Obviously Long's injured as well, and Hughes has deployed Gabbiadini onto the wing, which seemed to be a decent position for him. So I think in terms of a central striker role, I will go for Obafemi if Ings is not fit. Okay guys, that is our preferred 11 for our game against Manchester United. A huge game. If you haven't yet watched it, go watch our match preview so you get a bit more insight ahead of the game. And also, what are your thoughts on the team? Who would you play on Saturday? Obviously it's a big game. It's a chance to get a result potentially. United aren't in good form. Some people have said that Jan Valery deserves to start at right back after Cedric's poor performances. Personally, I disagree. I don't think it's the right game for him. But I think a lot of people will agree with the idea of bringing Vestergaard in. And also, who would you have up front? What formation would you go with? Would you go for 4-3-3? Would you keep to a back 5 like we saw in the Cup? Put it all in the comment section below because we do want to hear from you. But thank you for watching guys. Obviously remember to like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't yet already. And hopefully we will see you on Saturday after the game. Thanks for watching.